Study guide for the Chapter 11 geometry test, formulas for prisms and cylinders. Remember, for lateral area, if you take the sides and you fold them out, then you're going to get a big rectangle where the base of the rectangle is the perimeter of the base of the prism, and the height of the rectangle is the height of the prism. So to find the lateral area, or the area of the sides of a prism, it's perimeter of bottom times height. Now a prism has a congruent top and bottom, so if you add the top and bottom, which would be the same as two bottoms, to the lateral area, you would get the total surface area of the prism. Volume is 3 dimensions, area is 2. So if you take the area of the bottom times the height, multiplying by the height gives you that third dimension. And our logic was we're going to find the area of the bottom, and then we're going to fill it up by multiplying by the height, okay? So those are our formulas, and we're going to begin with a square prism. It says round to the nearest whole number, put the answers in square millimeters, okay? And so I'm going to move the other things out of the way so we can just kind of focus on the work and not try to put it in a spot that's hard to get to. We want total area, lateral area, and volume. We want the answer in millimeters, and it says round to the nearest whole number. So for lateral area is perimeter of bottom times height of prism. Well, the bottom is a square, and the formula for the perimeter of a square is 4 times the length of a side. So if we go 4 times 6 centimeters, we would get the perimeter of the bottom. If we take the perimeter of the bottom times the height, the perimeter of the bottom is the base of the folded out rectangle, and the height of the prism is the height of the folded out rectangle. So when we go perimeter of bottom times height, that would give us the lateral area. Now, we need to convert. When you multiply that centimeters times centimeters, you would get square centimeters. And we would need to lose that name square centi and gain the name square milli. We would lose that name square centi and gain the name square milli. Now the larger of the two is centi, and it takes 10 milli to make a centi, but we're not dealing with square milli or square centi. We're not dealing with milli centi, we're dealing with square milli square centi, so we square the conversions. So 10 squared is 100, 1 squared is 1. We're losing 2 centis with that centi square there, and we're gaining the milli. So we're going to have 4 times 6 times 14 times 100. 4 times 6 times 14 times 100. We're going to get 33,600 square millimeters for the lateral area. Any questions on that? If we want the total area, we're going to have to add the top and bottom to that. So we're going to have 2 times the area of the bottom. The bottom is a square. The formula for every square is side square. So we're going to have 2 bottoms at side square piece, 6 centimeter square piece. Now that's going to be in square centi, and we're going to need to lose that name square centi and gain the name square milli. 1 centi is 10 milli, but we're dealing with square units, so we square, and so we would have 1 in 100. That would cancel out the square centi and make it be square milli. That would give us the area of the top and bottom, we need to add to that the lateral area that we found, which was 33,600 square milli. So we're going to have 2 times 100. I'm sorry, we're going to have 2 times 6 square times 100, because that square goes to the 6 and the centimeter square. So we're going to have 6 square centimeter square, 36. So we have 2 times 6 square times 100 plus 33,600. 2 times 6 square times 100. That's the area of the top and bottom converted to square millimeters, plus the lateral area in square millimeters, which gives us the total surface area of 40,800 square millimeters. And so the total surface area is 48,200 maybe. Let me check it out. 40,800. There we go. 40,800 square millimeters. Okay. 40,800. I got too many zeros in there. Square millimeters. Okay. And then we want the volume. I'm just going to stick the volume up here. Volume is area of base times height. Area of the bottom times the height. The bottom is a square. We're going to find the area of that 6 centimeter quantity squared. That's the area of the bottom times the height, which is 14 centimeters. That gives us the volume in cubic centimeters. It's going to be cubic because we have centi square, and centi to the first would be centi to the third. So we want to lose that name centi to the third and gain the name milli to the third. 1 centi is 10 milli, but we're dealing in cubic units, so we cube the conversion. 1 cubed is 1, 10 cubed is 10 times 10 times 10, which is 1,000. So we're going to have the 6 square, but we're going to lose the centimeter square, lose the centimeter to the first, 3 centimeters on top, centimeter to the third on top would cancel centimeter to the third on bottom. So we're going to have 6 times 14 times 1,000 square millimeters. 6 times 14 times 1,000. $84,000 square millimeters per volume. Any questions on the first one, the square prism, total area, lateral area, total area, volume? Okay. The next one is an equilateral triangular pyramid, prism, an equilateral triangular prism. It said it wanted the answers. That's not it. There's no units here. So we want the lateral area, total area, volume. The lateral area is the area of the sides. So lateral area is perimeter of bottom, which would be these sides, 6 and 5 and 7. Perimeter of bottom, 6 plus 5 plus 7, times the height of the prism, which is 10. So we've got perimeter of bottom times height of prism. If you fold that out, you'd have a rectangle. whose base is the perimeter and whose height is the height of the prism. And I did all my color coding backwards. But anyway, we're going to have 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 7 is 18, times 10 is 180. So the lateral area is 180. To get the total area, you need to add the top and bottom to that. So we're going to have 2 times the area of the bottom. The bottom is a triangle. The area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So we have 2 times the area of the bottom, which is 1/2 times the base. We're going to make 7 the base because it's the one that has an altitude drawn to it. So we're going to use 7 as the base and 4 as the height. So 1/2 base 7 times height 4. That's 2 times the area of the bottom, which gives you the top and the bottom. You add that to the lateral area of 180 and you have the total surface area. So 2/2 is 1 whole. 1 times 4 is 4, times 7 is 28, plus 180 is 208 for total area. Any questions on lateral area, total area? Volume is area of bottom, which is 1/2 its base of 7 times its half of height of 4. Area of bottom, 1/2 base times height, and then we fill it up times the height of the prism 10. So we took the area of the bottom, 1/2 base times height, 1/2 7 times 4, and then times 10 filled it up and gave us volume. Half of 4 is 2, times 7 is 14, times 7 is 140. So volume 140. Any questions on the triangular prism? Lateral area, total area, volume. Okay? 7 through 9, it wants the answers in feet. It was given in inches, so we'll have some conversions to do here. We want the lateral area. To find the lateral area, you take the perimeter of the bottom, which in the case of a circle is circumference, and circumference is 2 times pi times the radius of 4 inches. That would be the base of the folded out rectangle times the height of the prism, 12 inches. So we have perimeter of bottom, which is circumference of circle, which is 2 times pi times radius, times the height of the prism, pi times 12. That would give us square inches, but we want it in feet. So we need to lose the name square inches and gain the name square feet. The larger is feet. One of those is 12 inches, but we're not dealing with inches, feet. We're dealing with square inches, square feet. So we square the conversions, and we would have a 1 and a 144. We're losing the name inches square. And so we're going to multiply what's on top and divide by what's on bottom. So it's going to be 2 times 3.14 times 4 times 12 times 144. But watch this. No, that's not. Well, let's just cross reduce. 12 goes into 12 once. 12 goes into 144, 12. 4 goes into 4 once. 4 goes into 12, 3. So we can cross reduce that much. So we get 2 times 3.14 divide 3 after all that cross reducing. 2 times 3.14 divide 3. 2.093 repeating. Just round to 2.093. feet. To get the total area, we need to add the top and bottom. So we just say 2 times the area of the bottom. The bottom is a circle. Area of a circle is 2, I'm sorry, start over. To get the total area, we need to add the top and the bottom. The bottom is a circle, so we need 2 bottoms. So we're going to have 2 times the area of the bottom. The area of a circle is pi times the radius square. But we want the answer in feet instead of inches, so we're going to lose the name square inches and gain the name square feet. 1 foot is 12 inches, but we square them. Becomes a 1 and a 144. You're going to lose that name square inches, but that square still goes on the 4. That's the total. That's the area of the top and bottom, because we had 2 times the area of the bottom. And then we would have to add our lateral area to that, 2.093 feet. So we're going to have 2 times 3.14 times 4 square, 2 times 3.14 times 4 square, divided by 144. Now, that is the area of the top and bottom. It's in feet. That's square feet. There should be a square on there. And so then we're going to add the area of the bottom, 2.093. And we'll get the total surface area of 2.791 rounded, 2.791. And that's in square feet. And there was a square on that feet right there I had forgotten, okay? I noticed there in the teacher's edition that I didn't convert the 2 times area of the bottom to square feet. So there's an error on page 306, number 8, teacher's edition. We'll get that fixed later. This is the correct answer, 2.791 square feet. And then for the volume is equal to the area of the bottom, which was pi, times the radius of 4 inches square, times the height of the prism, which was 12 inches. But then we want to lose that name cubic inches and gain the name cubic feet. We have inches square times inches to the first would be inches to the third. Volume is measured in cubic inches. The larger is feet. There's 12 inches in a foot, but we're not dealing with feet and inches. We're dealing with cubic feet, cubic inches, and so we cube our conversion. 1 cubed is 1. 12 cubed is 12 times 12 times 12, which is 1,728. Now we're losing those square inches and inches, but that square also hit that 4. So don't forget it's a 4 square. So we're going to have 3.14 times 4 square times 12 divide 1728 cubic feet. Pi times 4 square, 12, 1728. Pi times 4 square times 12 divide 1728. 0.348 repeating. We'll just call it 0.3489. And we lost the name cubic inches and gained the name cubic feet. 0.3489 cubic feet. Teacher's edition, I rounded to 0.349, which is fine. It didn't specify how many decimal places to round. Any questions on 1 through 9? Okay. This is the last set in the book. This is kind of an exciting time. I started writing this geometry book 20 years ago. I wrote the transparency model, created the student edition about 10 years ago. Taught algebra for a long time. I came back and made the teacher's edition this year. I'd already had the tests and test keys. And then I videotaped this year. I've created all of this entire course of videos in about 3 weeks. I'm still teaching school and preaching. So it's been some pretty long days and been quite a run. In the middle of all that, I wrote my entire algebra book. So this whole project of writing an algebra book and geometry book, creating all the tests and test keys and teacher's editions, and creating this video series is started about 20 years ago, and so it's kind of exciting to be on the last set of problems. So anyway, I hope that my material has really helped you in your education. I hope it can help others, and just tell people about us if you think it helped you. If there's ways that you think we can improve, uh, just let me know. Drop me an email or things like that. You can find us at www.dballardproductions.com. You can find information there how to contact me by phone or email. Again, thank you a lot for using this material, and I hope it has been of benefit to you. And so here we are on the last set. We want the total area and the volume of a sphere. And so the total area formula for a sphere is 4 pi r cubed. So we would have 4 times pi, which is 3.14, times the radius, which is 4 millimeter, quantity cubed. But we're going to want to lose that name. Let's see, I messed up on the very last one. I'm still normal, aren't I? Anyway, the formula, once again, for total area of a sphere is 4 times pi times the radius square. See, I knew I messed up because area is 2 dimensions. So we want to lose the name square millimeters and gain the name square centimeters. The larger is centi, the smaller is milli. There's 10 milli in a centi. Well, we're not dealing with centi milli, we're dealing with square centi, square milli. So 1 squared is 1, 10 squared is 100. Again, the square is going to hit the 4 and the milli, and we'll cancel the square milli part with that square milli. So we're going to have 4 times pi times 4 square divide 100. 4 times pi times 4 square times 100. and we get 20,096. 20,096 square centimeters and I must have hit times 100 instead of divide. I'm doing good on the very last problem. Well, it just, like I say, it just shows I'm still human. Let's pull that up. I went times 100 instead of divides. Up, divide. Good to have some idea what the answer is going to be before you start. 2.0096. How's that? 2.0096. We're going to back that up. So we have 2.0096 square centimeters for the total area. Okay? Volume. Volume is 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed. Now we're in volume, so now we're dealing with cubic units. Now that's going to turn into cubic millimeters, so we're going to need to lose that name, cubic millimeters, and gain the name cubic centimeters. The larger is centi, the smaller is milli. 10 milli make a centi, but we're not dealing with centi milli, we're dealing with cubic, so we cube our conversions. So we have 1 cubed is 1, 10 cubed is 1,000. Now we're going to lose the milli name and gain the centi name, but that 3 on that exponent still distributes. So on top we've got a 4, a pi, and a 4 cubed. We've got a 4, a pi, and a 4 cubed. On bottom we have a 3 and 1,000. We're going to multiply by the tops and divide by the bottoms. Multiply by the numerators, divide by the denominators. 4 pi, 4 cubed, 3,000. 4 pi, 4 raised to the third, divide 3, divide 1,000. Enter 0.2679 if we take it 4 decimal places. 0.2679 cubic centimeters. Well, that is the end of the video text on geometry. We thank you very much for using our series. I can't get a good smiley face, but there you go. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it. If we can help you, or you know ways we can improve it, please see our website, www.dballardproductions.com. Find our email. Give us an email, a phone call, and just see how we can help you in the future. Thank you.